Patreon exclusive.
Who wants a mustache ride?
Hey Patreon supporters, you're tuned in to After Hours presented by Realm of the Mist Entertainment. Listener discretion advised.
Let it. Dean Anderson was MacGyver. References in there.
Well, see, I think that's part of the reason I didn't like Stargate is because I didn't like Dean Anderson because I'm one of those people. I didn't like MacGyver. I did. It was
to be fair. Neither did Richard Dean Anderson.
I thought MacGyver was boring and predictable.
I loved it, but I was a kid when I was watching it. When I tried to watch it again as an adult, I couldn't do it.
No. Like when I was young and watching it, it was fun. Like watching him take an umbrella and use it as a grappling hook. You know, it was like
RDA has gone on record at like cons and shit of saying that that MacGyver was his most disliked role. And he hates the fact that it's the one he's remembered as.
You can't take an umbrella out in a 30-mile-an-hour wind and turn it backwards. It's gonna fall.
First of all, who do you know is going to take a hot butter knife and some cheese and then turn that into like a laser rocket?
It was funny, though, in SG-1 where he actually made fun of being MacGyver in it when she looks over and goes, can't you just like use some belly lint or something? That was funny.
I stand by what we were talking about yesterday.
Can't you use like some gum wrapper and a paper clip?
I love that you're like a true sci-fi chick. Like that's like it's so few.
Oh, you know? Holiday, you need to get her on your show because dear God, she could go sci-fi on your ass for the entire episode.
Well, my sci-fi career started with Doctor Who when I was like 5 years old, and then I became a Klingon in the 90s. And I was a Klingon
girl, not
convention.
The black and white Doctor Who girl.
Yeah,
my girl. Well, my show's different. My show is you tell me your most funny or embarrassing stories. I don't really go into anything else.
She is a Doctor Who fan.
Yeah,
well, I can tell you my days as a Klingon.
I am a Doctor Who fan, and I am a Klingon. So I am a Klingon fan. You know.
I used to be a Klingon doing security at cons, so I have stories.
Oh
yeah.
Then absolutely. It's m.w.holiday.com. So friend me.
Friend you.
So anyway, I still stand by what we were talking about yesterday in the impromptu Facebook Live show that I did with Chris Rudder, and we got on the topic of conversation of Quantum Leap.
Oh God.
Because we were talking about shows that gave a completely terrible ending to a phenomenal show.
Oh, absolutely.
And I still stand by my statement. I think they should not reboot Quantum Leap, but what they should do is take a lesson from Star Wars Clone Wars.
MacGyver, so you got that.
No, I don't want to reboot. No, you can leave it the way it is. You can leave it the way it is.
I refuse to even accept there was a reboot of that. So.
What show? What are we talking about?
Dude,
Quantum Leap.
With Quantum Leap, they could literally just pick up where they left off.
That's my point. Give me one more season where you do it right.
Do it.
Exactly.
Well,
and while you're at it, give me season 2 of fucking Firefly.
Like how many shows have they done? Let's do a rundown. Let's do a rundown of how many shows they ended horribly.
Oh, we don't have enough time in this episode.
That's why I've already stopped it and started the next episode.
You have a friend request him.
Okay, the Rush Hour show, that was terrible.
What was it?
The Rush Hour show, that was terrible. The Limitless show, that was terrible. Let me see. Let me go through the list here. The PJs, unfortunately, terrible. Every sitcom show that came on way before they brought back with Family Guy, terrible.
Well, can we be fair? Let's talk about two current reboots that they've done like 2 specials on, and for some reason people are singing praises. They were god awful, and that's The Jeffersons and All in the Family.
I will fight you.
All in the Family was.
I will fight you.
I refuse
All in
to
the
watch
Family ended
reboots
up
if
being
it's something I
Archie's
like.
place, and Archie's place was just
You're about to
fucking
lose your
horrible.
first tables
Well,
match.
no. I'm talking the original All in the Family was great. The original Jeffersons were great.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
talking
they
about
were.
these fucking live before studio audience reboots doing with like Woody Harrelson and shit. Those are hot garbage.
I've been smart not to watch any of them.
Oh, that shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I wasn't picking on the
I didn't like
originals.
these.
The originals were fucking lightning in a bottle. No, I'm not picking on them at all.
Oh. I mean, because Archie was an absolute fucking bigot, you know.
You're undefeated streaking table match.
But there was points in it that made him look like what Schwartz did with All in the Family was fucking fantastic. Like him stuck in an elevator with a Latino family, and the baby was born in an elevator that they were stuck in, and they didn't being born. They didn't show the baby at all, but they showed the baby being born. His face.
Yes,
And
that
him-
was such a brilliant episode.
And him you just see the love in his face
yes.
of a human being born into the world was so fucking fantastic.
Carol O'Connor was a phenomenal
if that
actor.
Didn't move you, oh, you were just a stone cold fuck. I mean, just like the beauty of that moment was fantastic.
Well, Carol O'Connor's a phenomenal actor. I mean, after doing all the years of All in the Family as Archie Bunker, what was his next role? In the Heat of the Night. Again, an arguably phenomenal TV show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which again, just like All in the Family, but in an opposite way, touched heavily on the racism issues.
But again, I'm sorry. I get passionate, and I got off cue. But again, series that ended horribly, like The Sopranos.
Well, you can't pick on The Sopranos. The Sopranos ended because their lead star died. Like in real life, he died.
No, he
died.
didn't.
Yes, he did. Gandolfini's
He
dead.
didn't die for years after that.
No, he died before the completion of the final season.
No, he didn't. He died. Because he had that movie with Robert Redford and the prison movie. No, he had time
Look it
after
up.
that.
Look it up. He died during the final season of The Sopranos. That's why it had such a shit ending.
No, wait a minute. Yeah, I think he didn't die during The Sopranos. He died like a few years later after the ending season.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he died during the final season. That's why they gave such a shit ending.
No, I'm telling you, he didn't die during that season. I'm telling you, because I love The Sopranos.
I'm working on it right now.
And while he's looking it up,
gets active.
and while he's looking it up, I'll go ahead and throw it out there. Game of Thrones.
I may be. I've never watched it.
Game of Thrones was.
great.
Game of Thrones was. A,
You're a fan. Watch that.
I read the
my
books, and I'm
gosh.
happy with the books.
the
Everything
TV show was
that
a.
last season.
The
Okay.
the
all
TV
right, then
show.
You are completely great. If you read the books and didn't watch the series,
That would be me. Yes.
okay.
The TV show was inspiration. It was TV history, but the last two seasons were so rushed and shitty writing. They destroyed
Garbage.
it.
I
They
ain't gonna lie,
absolutely
that Red
destroyed
Weather
it.
Shit still gets me on fire, man. That was some crazy shit that happened. Oh my gosh. I almost pissed myself. I was like, what the fuck?
As a matter of fact,
That was all fucked up.
I got a challenge for everybody. And I'll give two examples of what I mean. Let's start talking about older TV shows that you can never reboot or bring back. Just you
Golden
can't.
Girls.
You could reboot Golden Girls. The two examples
No, I
I'll
will-
give.
Where?
The two examples I would give is Sequest
Yeah.
and Nightport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big
oh,
time.
that-
No, you could probably reboot Sequest.
The way technologies has changed since then, I don't think you could. It would be a completely different show.
Okay, first of all, you cannot replace any of the characters of Golden Girl. I just want to make that clear real quick. You know, I got a challenge for y'all. Let's put.
See, I honestly wouldn't want to see a reboot of Sequest though. I'd rather see a continuation a la The Next Generation.
Well, see, that's what I was going with. I'm talking about a pure reboot where they take the story and they redo it. That's what I mean, that you can't do that with Quest. However, if you wanted to go, the next generation down the line where it's all of a sudden they built a new Sequest sub and it's all powered by a whole new crew generations later, by all means, go ahead.
And the only character you bring back is Darwin.
Darwin would be long since dead.
I love Darwin. I had the toy. I'll admit it.
Yeah, but Darwin would be long since dead. Like, I don't think they could ever bring back Alf. Let's be fair. I don't think they could ever bring back Alf.
Okay, no, they couldn't. No, no.
Or Small Wonder.
You know what? I just thought about it. Hey, yo, you know what they can't bring back though? What the fuck is it? I'm trying to remember.
I mean, doesn't Alf end with it being implied that Alf was taken by the government and dissected?
I don't remember.
I don't remember that. No.
I can't remember that one either. I was thinking about the Deadwood.
I'm not familiar with Deadwood. Like, I remember the name of the show, but I don't think I ever watched it.
Deadwood, it ended so bad. It was just awful. But I think you're right. That Game of Thrones was like the pinnacle of all bad endings.
No, I've got to defend Game of Thrones because of Quantum Leap. I think I'm still more pissed off at the way they ended Quantum Leap than I am with the way they ended Game of Thrones.
I'm with you. I think those were two terrible, terrible endings.
I think they're the top two of all time, but I think Quantum Leap ekes out on Game of Thrones on that.
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Like, I was really just, I didn't even watch the end of Quantum Leap until years after it was over.
Well, it was the ultimate.
I was very disappointed in it. Just like X-Files. X-Files was like horrible.
But the movie actually redeemed it, I think.
Yeah, but then the bringing X-Files back ruined it again.
Yeah,
old school
absolutely.
X-Files, dope as fuck.
Oh yeah, old school was great. The movies were great.
Through the reboot on the X-Files, I didn't even get through it.
It wasn't a reboot though; it was a continuation, wasn't it? Or
yes,
was it?
It was continuation.
That was a failed continuation.
I didn't watch the end of X-Files for years as well, and then I remember sitting there and I seen damn it. What's the name of them? The three guys.
This is good.
God damn it.
Give me a minute to think about it.
Hickey and...
Ooh.
What was the name of them?
Scully and Mulder?
No, the three guys. The three guys that he was always helping him with, and they had their own series for a short time, which that should have continued. The Lone Gunman.
Oh, I don't know.
I know what you're talking about now. Yes.
The Lone
Homeboys in Outer Space.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, no, the Lone Gunman, man. They were my favorite. They were my favorite part of the X-Files.
I can see why. They were awesome.
Yeah, they were awesome. And then it was like years later when I finally watched it, and they died. And I remember I was sitting on my couch, and I'm just like openly weeping, like no, you can't kill the Lone Gunman.
Yeah, see, this past weekend, I was sitting down. It's completely off topic, but it kind of goes along with what Holiday was just saying. I was sitting down and going through the Harry Potter movies with my kids, and it's their first time watching them, and we sat down to watch the Half-Blood Prince. And I happened to mention to them that Half-Blood Prince, book-wise, was my favorite of all the books because of what happens at the end. When I first read it as a book, when I got to that part, it was like 2:00 in the morning. I'm soaking in a fucking tub because I did wrestling training. I did wrestling training, so I was like soaking my knees and shit. And I'm reading that part that, spoilers, Dumbledore gets killed, and I'm just like, no fucking way! Like I woke up my girlfriend who was asleep in the other room. Like, what the hell? Like, she thought somebody broke into the house or something. I was telling this to my kids, just not without the profanity. And then watching them show that, see that part, and I'm like, you don't understand how much this movie pisses me off because it ruins the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Because it is. Half-Blood Prince is my favorite of the books. But it's the worst of the movies.
No, actually.
I'm sorry, dear. What's your name? Because I absolutely love you already. My fan chick. What's your name?
Well, you can call me Dusty. I did send you a friend request.
And I'm going to accept that.
Hey, Dusty.
Hey, Dusty.
Fan chick.
Hi.
When you read a book, let's face it, there's no doubt about it. Everybody's always said this. When you read the book, there's no doubt that the book is going to be absolute better than anything that you're ever going to watch. And when you're reading a book and you actually exclaim something out loud, that is a very good book.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
Well, it's funny. You speak on it, and I tell a lot of people, and this is from personal experience. If you've never seen a movie or read a book of the same title, and you see both of them there, always watch the movie first before reading the book, so that way you're not disappointed by the movie. If you like the movie, read the book and find out the book is better. But
you know what? I used to do it backwards.
Exactly, and the example I always give.
My mistake, because I'm always disappointed in the movie.
Always. TV shows lately have been so bad, like with how Terry Goodkine's books were butchered by The Seeker. Oh my God, it was awful.
I watched Jurassic Park. Oh no, I read Jurassic Park, and then I went and seen Jurassic Park.
Oh.
And watching Jurassic Park still at that time is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. Phenomenal. But the book is probably one of the best books I've ever read in my fucking life.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Amazing.
I'll tell you what. One of the perfect examples I always give people when I mention about see the movie before reading the book. One of the examples
Are you still there, Chris?
I'm still here. One of the examples I always give is Battlefield Earth. The movie itself, hot garbage. John Travolta, Forrest Whitaker, it was a terrible, terrible movie. But
I forgot about that shit.
But the book...
Yeah, look, I'm not going to read anything by that fuckstick. So,
But the book, people based a fucking religion on this book. That's how good this book is.
Damn. That's some serious shit right there.
So,
based on Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Guys.
I subscribe to that religion.
I got a very important announcement.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Pornhub Premium is now free for everyone to encourage you to stay home. Kid you not. Pornhub Premium is now free for everyone to encourage you to stay home.
That's like, Anthony, that news is like a week old.
You heard it here, folks.
Nope, it just came out on the 24th.
Hey, don't mess with Anthony.
That was going around Facebook like a week ago.
Yeah, just leave him the fuck alone.
So I think that was Anthony trying to give us our outro so he could go and do other things.
Apparently, he wants to single-handedly raise the stock of hand lotion.
When it comes down to it, you know what?
Damn it!
That's what Anvil was doing.
Breed the knuckle children. Go ahead and pour some of that baby gravy. Go on ahead and add a little bit of that ranch.
He wants to reenact. He wants to reenact Dunkirk with his purple helmeted yogurt slinger.
Like every third word everybody's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Same here.
You get knuckle children. Go on ahead. Fire the kids off to school. Don't forget to flush. Have a good time. Jack off, knowing that Pornhub Premium is free.
What is free?
Enter the code
Pornhub
to get
Premium
30% off of merchandise. I'm just kidding about that last part.
No, he's not.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that'd be kind of dope to be sponsored by Pornhub.
At this point, I would take it. Just it means I would get some fans.
Yo, I'll release on Pornhub if they want to fucking sponsor us. I'm down with that. I will fucking.
If
it means I get some fans for my sock drawer, yeah, I'll go with it.
Let's get some porn stars on our shows. That's all I'm saying.
Actually, I've been trolling Twitter. I'm not kidding. I've been trolling Twitter looking for one to interview. I really have. I want to interview one.
Can't be that hard. There's like 1.6 million out there. And
there is like 1.6 million
stars.
It's
like, hi, you show your pussy.
Yeah, but I don't want one of these Snapchat chicks. I want like an actual established star.
Like also Akira.
Give me Tracy fucking Lords, or I know that's an older person, but I mean like somebody like that who's actually an established in the industry, not somebody who's just taking fucking selfies.
So Nina Hartley.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Damn, you want to go old school when they had the bush and everything.
I don't fucking care. I don't care.
Here's the thing.
The point is
you never know. You never know what you're gonna get. Like
herpes, crabs, gonorrhea.
I've had 1.6 million different podcasters on my show, and some's been good, some's been bad. I've had some like really decent celebrities on my show. And some's been good, some's been bad. You just don't know because it's all based on personality.
You're right.
And it doesn't matter if they've been behind a camera or not. You just don't know. So the only thing you can do is try. Bring them in, and if it doesn't work, fucking scrap it, man. Fucking scrap it.
Oh, good. So you can be ready to delete my episode when I'm on.
You're never going to talk to these people again.
Well, that's
don't act like you owe anything to these people because you don't. They're coming on your show to promote them, so you don't know. So just try. Doesn't matter if they're just taking pictures of their pussy on Snapchat or on Twitter or whatever. But they may be incredibly funny people.
Well, you're not wrong, and part of the charm of what I try to bring to breaking the fourth wall isn't the fact that I've just interviewed celebrities. I don't want to just interview celebrities. I want to interview the everyday person. Yeah, and I want to. No, but this is after hours, just to let you know we're not. And I'm not interviewing you. I can give a fuck less about what you're doing. But
you already interviewed me, fucker.
I was gonna say he never put me on a serious show. Are you kidding?
I mean,
Dusty, we're gonna talk, chick.
Wait
Dusty, wait a minute. Didn't I interview the sock drawer?
No.
I could have sworn I did. What did you ask me, Anthony?
Dusty.
Wait a minute, didn't we do an episode together and all we did was talk shit to each other and then it turned into an after hours?
Yeah, that's
yes.
No, we did not. We sat around and talked shit to each other on Delivery Brothers.
Yes.
Oh, was it on my show?
It was on your show.
It was on your show.
Anthony did a great job on my show, and I'll give Anthony that. He did a great job on my show, and I can't wait to be on his.
Yo, we got to make that happen. Hey, yo, I'm off Thursday and Friday, so guys, let's just make some magic this week.
Well, Thursday I have an interview with what the fuck is his name? Dale Neil Hawk or some shit. I know.
Hey, guys,
I know. I'm fucking terrible.
Do you think I could cross this off as participated in an awkward video conference on my social distancing bingo?
Yes.
There's no video. It's only audio. No.
It doesn't matter. Yes.
It was on Facebook Live. He can get away with it. It counts.
Okay.
Dale Nihas.
I didn't see where we were live at all.
It was on my main page because for some reason
I also put it on the sock drawer saying, "Hey, listen to Dusty Live," because plug.
Well, everybody's supposed to be plugging all of Realm of the Mist, not just their individual shows.
Oh, wait, what?
Well,
how do we grow everybody if nobody helps grow?
Well, soon Zephyr and I are going to hopefully be having our own show sometime in the near future. You say that every goddamn show you're on. When am I going to get an actual name for the show?
Oh, sure. What are we starting?
You guys are putting too much thought. You guys are putting too much thought into it. And I'm being for real. I'm not. I'm being for real. You're putting way too much thought into it if you're still planning it out. I literally this week launched a show on a whim.
Well, it's more of the.
I've seen that.
it's less putting thought into it, and more trying to make our schedules line up. Which the whole COVID-19 crisis is helping with that a lot.
Yeah.
I can expect an episode, tomorrow?
Say.
So Chris, go ahead and plug your new show. What the hell is your new show?
Oh, what's in my head? It's basically a video/audio diary of just, surviving the coronavirus and what, I think about during the time that I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs instead of going to work.
Oh,
yeah, I know that feeling.
Oh, motherfucker.
But it's going to be positive. It's not going to be like negativities. I'm not like the first episode was a little bit about like how I'm concerned about some people I'm no longer in contact with. Like some of the former members of Realm of the Mist that I unfortunately don't speak to anymore. But still, I'm concerned about them and their families and all. So I mean, I did
motherfuckers.
With everything going on. So I did touch on that, but like the next episode, I was going to be talking about like shows that I'm watching to pass the time.
That's like our sock drawer
that's a great
every
topic. So what's everybody watching to pass the time right now?
I can't. That's the topic on my sock drawer. I can't do that. They'll give away my commentary.
Not everybody that listens to you listens to this. So
that's for damn sure.
That's very true. I don't think we have any listeners at all.
200,000 podcasts out there.
My wife and I have been watching a couple of different shows to get through this, in between playing bouts of Animal Crossing and Minecraft. And I myself have been watching Kamen Rider occasionally.
Kamen Rider?
My wife and I just went through. My wife and I just went through the complete series of The Shield, and actually tonight, when we're done recording, I'm going to be sitting down and we're going to be starting The Sopranos.
No, see, my wife just started The Sopranos.
Apparently, I'm going to be playing a game first. Probably Doom Eternal.
I've been finishing the Clone Wars.
Nice.
And let's see, I've been watching as many movies as I can. I watched 1917 today.
How was that?
That was really good. It was really good. It was, they at any time, and I fucking hate this. Like, anytime they say something like, not since Saving Private Ryan, or in a horror movie, not since, damn it.
Saw.
Damn it.
Showgirls.
Oh, God damn it. It's one of my favorite movies.
Scariest movie since Showgirls.
No.
That would be true.
Yeah, Showgirls.
Showgirls was awful.
Horrible. God damn it. And I've read all the books, too. Anthony Hopkins.
Silence of the Lambs?
Silence of the Lambs. Not since Silence of the Lambs has there been... Anytime a movie says, not since... Go fuck yourself.
Well, I actually binged an entire
1917
show.
was a good movie. It was a good movie, but don't compare it to that. Don't compare it to Saving Private Ryan. Don't compare anything to Silence of the Lambs, because you're not.
Well, I did binge an entire show last night by myself because I'm lonely. And the kids go to bed.
What did you watch on Pornhub?
No, I actually watched Self-Made, the Life of Madam C.J. Walker. It's on Netflix. It's actually really good. It's based on a true-to-life person. I recommend it highly.
Was that the one with the chick that did the home care products and shit like that?
Yes, and became the first millionaire.
I watched the last couple episodes of it. My wife binged it, and I watched the last couple episodes. With what's her name? That one chick. God damn it, big eyes, black girl.
We're progressive here on this show. That one chick and the black guy.
Talking about Carmen. Which one? I mean, Octavia Spencer was the star.
Yeah, that's one. That's it.
And it's incredibly well done. I love history.
That was incredibly well done.
Right.
That was a great series.
Because normally I watch a couple episodes and then I stop.
What I liked about that, it was just a couple episodes, kind of like England does things. They'll do like a short series of things, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's only like 4 episodes, but wow, it's so good and covers her entire life history. It's beautifully done.
Exactly.
You know what? I hate when shows do that. Like, for example, Castlevania on Netflix. Great series, but the first season being 4 episodes? Fuck you! I needed more, like, right then and there. You know?
Well, yeah, Castlevania, big time.
Don't get me started on that shit.
There's been like so many great murder mystery things in England that they do like 4 episodes of, and you're like just wanting more, but there is no more.
Don't get me started on the 4-episode season shit, because Netflix did that to me with 7 Deadly Sins after the first season.
Oh my god!
They dropped 4 episodes of the OVA and billed it as a season 2.
Yeah, that was
season 2.
That was ridiculous. But no, with this show, it's actually the complete series. There's not going to be any more. It's her entire life from beginning to end. It's beautiful.
I love the way they finished that out, and they did like the characters, and they did the taglines on each character at the end of it,
and the actual real life photos.
It told the story of a person.
Yes,
and
an inspiring
person. Fucking tastic. If you guys have not watched it, watch it.
Yes,
I'm with Dusty here on this. That was fucking fantastic.
All right, well, I got a question for everybody here, and I've been chomping at the bit to want to talk about this for a while now.
Okay.
Since we're on the subject of TV, this has obviously turned from After Hours to fucking Realm of the Mist podcast because we're going to talk pop culture. Fucking Star Trek Picard. Has anybody been watching it, keeping up with it?
I don't pay for that service, so
only
no.
Religiously.
I want to, but I don't. I can only afford so many services. I can't afford CBS too.
I haven't watched the full episode except for the first one, but I have watched clips of it on YouTube.
The first one I saw on YouTube, and that's all I've seen.
It's good. It's fantastic.
I disagree.
Oh no! I mean,
is it dumpster fire like STD? No, it's not a dumpster fire like STD, but is it up to the standard that I would expect from next generation style storytelling?
I'm not looking for up to. I'm not looking for it to compare to. You know what? It's better than what is it? What was it right after SG-1? The
Atlantis,
the space station.
Oh, Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine.
Yes, I will agree with that.
I actually enjoyed Deep Space Nine, the later seasons.
Nope.
You know what? It's they bring in the old characters, which you want to love to see, and it's a whole new storyline. And Picard is old, and he's old, man. I mean, he's recounting his mistakes and everything. Like he's.
I.e., he's fucking. He's Professor X and Logan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I'm good with that.
My problem. I'll point out some of the things I have a problem with. One, they're changing too much lore. They are changing the Star Trek canon, and one of the things that I majorly have an issue with is they're just easily dropping the F-bomb. The same colorful language and colorful metaphors that were made fun of numerous times in every incarnation of Star Trek, from movie to TV show and otherwise, that they do not understand vulgarity because they don't use it.
I could not agree with that enough, Chris.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The other thing is they reintroduced economics. Now, yes, Deep Space Nine and all did introduce like Latinum because of the Ferengi and stuff.
Yeah,
but
because of Ferengi, exactly.
But Earth using its
own. They're going to introduce currency because there's and
people are getting a fucking paycheck
because of the different cultures that they like. No culture that they introduced with act previously in all the old lore never really dealt with economics.
Not directly, but I mean, to use specifically Deep Space Nine as the example.
Well, they did in one, and they addressed it with like, you're gonna do what you're gonna do because that's what you want to do. In one episode.
Yeah.
But after that, there was really nothing ever touched on in economics, except for Harry Mudd.
Yes, that's true.
Right. He was always going for the money and shit like that. And then came the Ferengi, which was absolutely in money. Well,
that was our culture.
The downfall of it all. And now they're showing it again in this generation, in this universe of it. But I like I like what he's doing, and I like what they're doing. And they've dropped the F-bomb a couple times. I get it. But I like.
Well, they're not the only ones guilty of it. Let's be let's be real about it. Star Trek Discovery was doing it too. So really, the CBS All Access Star Treks I have an issue with. I'm not just picking at Picard with the vulgarity thing.
Yeah. Oh, Discovery's awesome.
What?
Discovery is fantastic.
Discovery Season 2 was a lot better. Season 1 was beyond a dumpster fire. Like,
to me, kidding me?
Oh, absolutely. Michael Burnham is the biggest fucking piece of garbage character ever in Star Trek. Ever.
And that's where I was going. I was going to agree with you up until you mentioned that. I think I enjoy Michael Burnham.
Flawed, man. I like that she's flawed.
She's not flawed. She is like, okay, the best way I can describe it. Everybody who wants to bash fucking Rey in Star Wars for being a Mary Sue, but ignore Michael fucking Burnham.
I have to agree with you on that one, because I actually watched the first, I think, 3 or 4 episodes, and I was turned off by her because it's like they're forcing a female character, and it's not for the sake of the story. You can tell they were just doing it because they wanted to show that they can be strong. It's like, put it in the story, guys. Don't force it down our throats.
Right, but they made her human so she would be flawed. But she has the same abilities as a fucking Vulcan? I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because you were raised by a Vulcan.
I think that's her duality. I think it's a lot like Spock, man. That's her duality.
Spock was part Vulcan. Spock was part Vulcan. Burnham is full human.
But she was raised Vulcan.
So what? You don't have the mental telepathy to be able to pull a mind meld just because you were raised by Vulcans.
Well, again, having not watched any of these all the way through because I don't have CBS All Access, I've only seen clips of it on YouTube.
Apparently, I don't know how true it is, just to let you know. I don't know how true it is, but apparently they're making CBS All Access free right now for pretty much the same reasons as Anthony talked about with Pornhub.
I haven't seen that. If that was true, I'll give it a chance, but I haven't seen that yet.
You know something? That real quick sidetrack. That's something that I was really hoping that a lot of companies were going to do, because a couple of companies that I follow have done that. But I was hoping that with this entire pandemic thing, they would be doing that more often because, I mean, we're all locked in our houses. There's only so much entertainment that we have available. So if that happens, I will be overjoyed.
And that's why you're getting content from Realm of the Mist still, because we want to keep you guys entertained. Plus, we want to be entertained ourselves. That's why we talk to each other.
Damn straight. I promise I'll do another sock drawer this week. I promise I'll get on it.
Go ahead.
So anyway, your point, UA. I'm sorry.
No, I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon with Discovery. I've enjoyed Discovery tremendously.
Well, can we deviate from Star Trek and go into a Star Trek-like show that I like a lot?
Orville.
I love the Orville.
Orville. Yes, bring me season 3.
That show is great.
That show is what Star Trek is supposed to be.
It's so campy. It's very campy.
No, but let's be real with it, though.
You can't look me in the eye and tell me that the Orville isn't exactly what the fucking Space Force would be if.
Hey, don't pick on the Space Force.
Do not try and tell me that is a fucking lie, because I work for the fucking Air Force. It is goddamn true.
Oh no, it is.
It's written by Kenneth Branagh, which is the main writer of the of the First Generation.
You mean Next Generation?
Everything that's on the Orville is written by the First Generation's writer, Kenneth Branagh, and I've read his books as well.
Orville The best way to describe it, when you think about it, it's created by Seth MacFarlane. Now let's run down Seth's list. You know he's done A Million Ways to Die in the West. You know he's done fucking Ted, and of course the thing he's most famous for is Family Guy. He is a comedy writer and a satire writer. So when they first announced Orville, you thought, okay, this is going to be another satire show. It's going to be a raunchier Galaxy Quest. It's going to be a satire show making fun of science fiction. Instead, what we got was a solid science fiction show with some elements of comedy.
What we got was the first season of Star Trek.
But both seasons of Orville have been phenomenal. I can't wait for season 3.
We got all the first.
I agree.
The Orville's fucking great. Like Chris said,
the first series of Star Trek.
And
I was not
expecting how they
the
do
Orville to take itself seriously ever, yet it did.
It had solid themes. Like, of course, they throw the jokes in there, like him having a Kermit the Frog on his desk. The constant reoccurring theme of opening a jar of pickles. Or a whole total episode devoted to one character's annual peeing ceremony. There were joking elements, but then there was like serious themes, like that one planet where everybody is
they're all
ruled over by the social media system, the thumbs up and thumbs down rules.
Oh yes.
Like there was serious fucking.
That's actually something that's going on in China.
Yeah, and
there was
Dusty,
a Black Mirror episode about that.
And Dusty's correct about the Moclan race, where they either exterminate or forcibly sex change any females.
And it was just so hard hitting, but at the same time, they still managed to make it so you weren't turned off by it.
Yeah,
it made you think.
I did not expect that from Seth MacFarlane or something that he's involved with.
It's brilliantly done, and so many people don't even know about it. It's sad.
And it was released on Fox.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I know it's supposed to go on a streaming service. I heard Netflix.
Well, Hulu's had it. Hulu has it.
Oh, Hulu has it. I knew one of them had it.
That's how I've been watching it.
Has a deal currently with a lot of the Fox stuff. However, once that contract is up, all the Fox stuff is going to be us.
All the Fox shit's going
really?
Where?
Well, that's a good thing I have access to Disney Plus then, because I would miss.
Well, the reason being is because Disney bought Fox. That's why. Yeah. That's why after Rise of Skywalker comes out at the end of the month, you're going to get a full saga box set released, because they couldn't do it before. They didn't have rights to the original trilogy. It was still owned by Fox.
Yep.
But now you can have the full box set because they own Fox. That's why I always joked. That's why I always joked when they bought.
About on Discovery.
What's that?
Is the introduction of gay people. Well, I don't know.
Well, you could argue the point, because
it was about the same time
Sulu.
Discovery and Orville, they were very close. But Anthony Rapp is a fucking fantastic actor, and I've followed his career for a lot of time. And I'm not a gay guy, but I have no prejudice. But Anthony Rapp and his character in that as the science officer in Discovery, I think he's fan-fucking-tastic.
See, I'm going to disagree with you, and not because I have an issue with a gay person. I have an issue when people play the role of a gay person, they have to make it so fucking flamboyant. Like, I would more applaud his lover, the doctor.
That's the thing I like about Anthony Rapp. He's not flamboyant. He's not rainbows and walking through the streets with a pride parade and anything. He's gay, and he's never hid it
in the first season.
In every character that he's ever done, I think he's always been fucking spot on. Well, the guy's always been just a great actor.
I'll give you credit. In the first season, even though I hated the first season of Discovery, you're right. He didn't necessarily pop it out there. But after he went into the spore fungus place, the transwarp place, and then was brought back and saved his lover. All of a sudden, he became like, oh, and I'm sorry, I don't like that. I don't, not because of, I know there's homosexuals out there that are like that, but what I don't like is like, to me, it feels like a cartoon character.
He played a hurt individual. I think he played a hurt individual.
But I think it came off as a cartoon characer instead of somebody who would be in real life.
I think he played anybody that's ever been hurt, as a human being. Like when you broke up with a girl, or that first loss, when you've loved somebody and you feel loss. I don't think it was because it was a man or as a woman or anything. I think it was that loss. I think he played that loss very well.
I'll agree to disagree. I just think I think that the doctor that's supposed to be his lover is the better character. I keep saying the doctor that's his lover because I don't know the character's name. You know, if I knew the character's name, I would just call him by his name.
None of us do, yeah,
right?
Because he's not Anthony Rapp, so we don't know that guy. But I agree. I think his.
You know who I find most interesting in Discovery, though? The character I do find the most interesting, Saru.
Saru is fantastic.
Saru is a race that we don't know in Star Trek, so it's a brand new discovery in that, and he's an interesting character, and really well done by the actor who plays him.
An entire different race.
I love what they did with him in season 2.
And the other thing I loved in season 2 was the incorporation of Christopher Pike.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Pike, yes. I'm sorry. You can argue with me all you want, all you Trekkie fans out there. You can argue with me. Pike saved this show.
I'm going to tell you, I had a complete hard-on for having Christopher Pike come in and just be the man. He was fantastic. You finally got to see Christopher Pike. And how much did that dude look like Christopher Pike?
Oh, he did. And like I said, with Chris Pike, I stand firmly that the character and the actor who played him single-handedly saved Discovery.
He was phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I don't mean storyline-wise. I mean the TV show. He saved Discovery.
Look at the original, and they did that episode where they showed actually Christopher Pike and then that guy. They look so much alike, and the guy that took command and did everything looked so much like Christopher Pike. It was fucking phenomenal.
But what they did,
and the way they integrated that episode was amazing.
But what they did was extra phenomenal if you really pay attention. Like, you're right, he looked like the original actor who played Pike back in the original series when it wasn't supposed to be Kirk, it was supposed to be Pike. And of course they revisited it with the menagerie and all, the trial. But they also incorporated the 2009 Star Trek and the Christopher Pike, Admiral Pike that we got from the Kelvin timeline universe. He had his personality.
Yeah.
So they did a perfect blend of both Pikes into this guy.
But yeah, I definitely have to agree. The injection of the Christopher Pike character definitely gave Discovery a real nitro boost. And I think it did nothing but great things for that show.
And I will be the first one to admit, even though I'm more of a Star Wars fan than a Star Trek fan, I will be the first one to admit. You mentioned you had a hard on when Chris Pike appeared.
I'm more of a Trek fan.
But you know how you mentioned that you got a hard on when Chris Pike showed up? That first look at the original series Enterprise on Discovery. That's like watching a DeLorean pull up at your fucking job. You know, you just
exactly. You're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah,
that was just beautiful.
Hard to argue that point.
The last episode of Picard.
The last episode,
he was talking about being on the Reliant.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, the Reliant. Yeah.
I got a little excited for 709 showing up on Picard. But you know what? I'm starting to get a fucking Star Trek or Star Wars sequel trilogy vibe out of Picard, though, because it seems like almost every old school character they bring on is getting killed, like Hugh.
Oh, I don't want to know that.
Well, that was an off character.
Yeah, but I would even argue that
makes
yes,
me
he was an
sad.
off character in Next Generation, but the way that they incorporated him in Picard elevated him from off character to someone who had main character status.
Well, see, I would say he was a mainstay guest character in Next Generation because from the introduction,
he was in one episode.
He was in more than one episode. He led an insurrection. He led an insurrection aboard Borg.
I can't hear you.
He led an insurrection aboard in Next Generation. He was seen at least 3 to 4 episodes of Star Trek.
Yes.
Next Generation.
I don't remember that.
Yep.
It's on Netflix. Go check it out.
Netflix.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we'll take sponsorships from Netflix, CBS All Access, Disney Plus, Pornhub. We'll take it all.
Damn straight.
Absolutely.
Especially Pornhub. I already do these shows with my pants off. I mean, come on. All I got to do is turn the camera on.
There you go. There you go.
It's about the only thing that will be turned on.
Christopher, hide your shame. Hide your shame.
Holy shit, he actually called me Christopher and not Michael.
well, if you need some T-shirts to go with your no pants, you can buy sock drawer ones.
On purpose because it's just fucking funny.
Why do you think,
Dusty, you had on my show?
Dusty, why do you think I keep asking for the fucking Dusty sock?
I got them. You just got to order them. They're on that link I sent in my merchandising. They're socks.
I don't need a pair. I just need one.
I was going to say, that one went completely over her head, Chris.
I know. I don't need a pair. I just need one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A very long one. It's got to be a tube sock. No ankle socks.
I'm sorry,
Michael.
I'm not in the gutter as far as the rest of you. I try, though. I try.
Let's face it.
Yes, you do.
Cut the thumb thing off your fucking mitten and put it on Michael.
Jesus Christ.
Oops.
That's right. Even when we're having a serious discussion about science fiction, we got to turn around and fucking throw a dick and fart joke in there somewhere.
Well, I mean, it is after hours, after all.
That is true. It's about the serious after
the longest after hours, I think, too.
Actually, it's a two-parter. I already stopped episode 1, part 1, and started at part 2. You're fine.
We're good to go.
You used to do that with Salma and I once.
But yeah, I'm going to be releasing them as this one as a two-parter because we went long, and it's especially because I was the only one that followed the rules of the first After Hours. We were supposed to be roasting Anthony, and I was the only one that got him under the collar.
We're supposed to be roasting Anthony?
That was supposed to be this episode.
I apologize.
Holy shit! I didn't know he was doing that.
Is that what the was supposed to be?
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, chocolate?
Yeah, I was roasting his ass, dude. I don't care. Like, again, I'm not a huge fan of rap, but I don't care if it's classification.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, I put the fire for like fucking hours.
So, Chris, I don't know if roasts work, but generally they have a master of ceremonies, and everyone who's involved is informed that is what's going on.
That's absolutely true, but you were informed the last episode of After Hours, and when we started this After Hours, I wanted to start off by talking about the song I just dropped today, but then it downgraded into what it downgraded to. I never got an opportunity to announce that it was officially his roast.
What does he do? Does he ever?
Does he what?
No, he's a train conductor.
No, he drives train personnel to and fro.
Oh.
What? He drives what?
Train personnel to and fro.
I'm sorry, you cut out on me. Say that again.
He drives train personnel from one place to another.
Yes, to make sure they can get to where they need to be.
It's definitely an interesting occupation. But yeah, that was what was supposed to be happening, and that's why I was doing what I was doing. Because I found it got him under the collar, so I just kept digging. Again, I used to be a pro wrestler.
Like, everybody keeps cutting out, like, at the important things. Like, what does he do? And then I hear...
I don't know why it cuts out.
No, it's cutting out for me, too.
I've never had an after hours cut out before.
Well, neither have I.
Is there too many of us on?
Anthony drives who?
Train conductors to and from their engines.
Dropped out. Like, everything drops out. Exactly.
You're just not supposed to know.
It's the FBI saying, nope, hit the button. Nope, hit the button.
Anthony drives people from...
It's above your pay grade.
You're not...
I'm serious. Like it absolutely drops out. Exactly the time where you say he drives, and then you got to hear a blank.
There you go. It got texted to you.
To and from.
Holiday. Look in the chat.
Yes.
It just got texted to you.
Again, dropped out.
Look in the chat. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Like, everything I need to make a joke of, I can't fucking hear.
And yet he's making jokes left, right, and center.
He's feeding us material. That's all right.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Man, we keep this up. It's going to be a part 3.
I feel bad as I told my son, no, it'll be an hour.
I absolutely destroyed.
Well, while we're frustrating a holiday and doing it, then we're at 55 minutes for part 2 here. So why don't we go ahead and go around the table and tell everybody where you can find each other?
I don't know if you want to.
Goddamn house because I'm.
Ladies first, so Dusty, go ahead.
Talk about yourself, motherfucker.
Let's see, where can I find me? Oh, that's right. It's called. I'm one half of the sock drawer. The other half is not here tonight. You can find us on Facebook, any place Realm of the Mist puts us, or SD on Twitter. I can't think of any place else right now. I'm tired. Next.
Are you on Netflix? Are you on not Netflix?
Pornhub?
There it is.
Are you on Pornhub?
No, I'm not
that's
on
how fucking
Pornhub.
stupid I am.
Sorry,
iTunes? No. Are you on iTunes? Are you on all platforms? Where
it's wherever Chris puts us of Realm of the Mist. We're under his banner.
So yes.
He'll
so yes, they are, but I'll handle it at the end.
See? I trust him
so
too.
You're on Netflix? You're on Netflix? Or not Netflix? Listen to me.
They're on Pornhub.
I've been drinking scotch all night, so fuck you. So are you on iTunes? Are you on like all platforms? Where are you at?
Just say yes.
Yes. Listen to Chris later. He'll explain it. It works for me. Keep going.
Zephyr, go ahead.
Hey, it's Zephyr Zero. You can find me on Press A Gaming Podcast every other Friday. And then whatever podcast they decide to rope me in at the time. God, I'm so tired.
You might as well just say you're part of fucking After Hours. Everybody's been the exact same fucking panel like every last 5 episodes.
I could not show up next time.
No.
Yeah, but we... Not happening.
Go ahead, UA. UA, however you say it.
You've got UA Black Wings here. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube under the moniker Joshua Wilson. I'm also on Twitch and Twitter under the handle Black Wings Roman numeral. You can also find me starting to stream a little bit on Twitch under the same handle, Black Wings 13. You can find me on podcasts hosted by Realm of the Mist, Press A, After Hours, Sock Drawer. Whew. And yeah, I'm going to be here for a while, so have a good night, guys.
And Mr. Holiday.
Mr. Holiday is at you
Mountain
can find
Ash.
me on Facebook at m.w.holiday. You can find me on all social networks. You can find me on on all social networks. You can find me at again m.w.holiday. You can find me on Twitter at myworstholiday.com. You can find me on Instagram at mw_holiday.com. You can find me at myworstholiday.com. You can find me at Realm of the Mist Network.com or podcast. Is that right? I don't know. I'm drunk.
I'll help you out here. I'll help you out here.
But you can find me at My Worst Holiday on all fucking platforms. My Worst Holiday. That's it.
And, of course, you can find My Worst Holiday, the Sock Drawer, Press A Gaming Podcast, and all these great shows right here at Realm of the Mist Entertainment. Just go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, and, of course, share out to your friends and family. And go over to our sister channel, Sounds Dicey Gaming, for all your tabletop and video game Let's Play needs. And if you prefer your podcast in audio-only format, well, we got you covered. Just look up.
You can also find me at Tan Network.
Wow. Of course, we got you covered because you can find us on Anchor.fm, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, or wherever quality podcasts can be heard. Because we take the quality and just fuck it up for you. We'll catch you on the next After Hours. Have a good night, guys.